Hi, welcome back to Post TV, live from NAB 2013. I'm Randy Altman, editor of Post Magazine, and this is Mark Loftus, our senior editor.
Thanks for joining us again.
And the giant moth of NAB just flew by. Did you guys see that?
It actually did.
It did. This is Paul Babb from Maxon, and he's going to talk about the recent announcement of the integration of Cinema 4D and After Effects from Adobe. So I know that users were using both your products and loving it, and can you talk about when you guys started discussing about integrating it and opening it and making it part of the workflow, an easy workflow?
Well, we've always been trying to find ways of getting that workflow smoother and smoother, but I guess around after SIGGRAPH time last year, there were some serious discussions about how we could make that link a little bit more dynamic. I know that Steve Ford was, looking at, wow, they've got the dynamic link between all those products. How can we do that a little bit more with Cinema 4D? And it's daunting with two different development teams, but it's amazing what they accomplished in such a short time.
From what I understand, the research Steve and yourself provided about how many users are using both the applications, both After Effects and Cinema 4D.
Yeah. Actually, I think that what they told us that about half of the After Effects users were already using Cinema 4D. So that was, it's a huge portion of their user base is already connected to using Cinema 4D. So making their workflow a little smoother was top priority.
Now this involved you developing a light version that would be integrated into After Effects.
It's actually two aspects to it. We've created a layer or a layer or effect inside of After Effects. It's called Cineware, or we've called it Cineware, and that enables After Effects to open up Cinema 4D files natively. And then you can have your After Effects project open with a Cinema 4D file, and you can have Cinema 4D open on the other side, and you can work back and forth. And whatever you're doing in Cinema 4D updates in After Effects, and vice versa. The light version is something that we've added to it. So that's the connection aspect actually works with the commercial versions as well. And then the light version is something that we're giving to all Adobe After Effects users, so those who haven't gotten into 3D or are not using Cinema 4D yet get a nice taste of what Cinema 4D can do for them. So
the light version, it's more than just a viewer then. You can actually create this 3D elements using it within After Effects for people who may not be already using Cinema 4D.
Absolutely. It's a very robust feature version of Cinema 4D. It's based on our low-end version Prime. Polygonal modeling is removed, and some of the character tools and particles, things, more advanced types of things. But there's a nice set of modeling tools, all the primitive splines, so you can draw splines and use those to loft or sweep objects. It comes with all the primitive objects, text objects, and of course you can use Illustrator files to create 3D logos and do those types of things. And when users register, they will actually get a little taste of MoGraph, which is our motion graphics tools, and that's a really nice little upgrade. So it's a great little feature to get.
Now, the most recent version of Cinema 4D is 14, but you said it actually doesn't matter what version they have in terms of the integration?
This new integration will actually work with 12, 13, and 14. So, it's going to be available for a lot of people, that functionality.
And what kind of feedback have you been hearing since the announcement?
Absolutely phenomenal. Motion graphics is a very large portion of our market as well, and a lot of our users use After Effects. So we literally just removed a huge step in their production pipeline. The current workflow is you render everything out of Cinema 4D, then you bring it all into After Effects, and then you add whatever you want to do in After Effects, and then you have to render out of After Effects. Now you're just dropping your Cinema 4D file in there. You can split that out into multi-passes of images. You can bring the cameras and lights over from Cinema 4D. You can bring the external compositing tag, which actually shows you, identifies where an object is in 3D space, so you can attach things like video to it inside of After Effects. And you can add effects or levels or change those layers of the Cinema 4D file, go back and forth, and your final render comes out of After Effects, including the Cinema 4D renderer.
When can users take advantage of this integration? Do they have to wait for the next Creative Suite to be released?
Yes, this is part of the next version of After Effects. Not sure what it's called or when it's coming out, but it is the next version of After Effects.
Okay, so
yeah.
a couple of months down the road probably, but not right now that they...
Right, yeah, they can actually, if they go to our website, maxon.net, we've got it broken down how it works. There's some great videos showing some projects that we've had created. We've got some great studios involved and some great projects. You can see how it's broken down. And on our website, the training site we do, Cineversity, we already put up a very basic tutorial for people who have never touched 3D before, never touched cinema, a very basic how to model a balloon, use some text, create a video wall, and then the last tutorial shows you how to use that file in the Exchange, so they can get so those people, when they first get their hands on that new version of Cinema 4D, we've already got a tutorial up there for them.
That's important because a lot of these After Effects users may have no experience in the 3D side.
Absolutely, absolutely. And for those who have a lot of experience, we actually contracted a studio, Swordfish, out of San Francisco, and Adobe was able to get us some of the footage from Waiting for Lightning, the skateboard movie, and we took some of that footage and did a full production piece on that, added a lot of set extension, did the camera tracking, did set extensions, and we did some nice little visual effects, and that's going to be broken out in tutorials. It's about 95% done. It's about 6 to 8 hours breaking down a real visual effects shot with that footage from beginning to end, including some very advanced cinema and very advanced After Effects work.
Very cool. Well, Paul, we want to thank you for coming to the NAB booth again this year, 2013, and we're going to be wrapping up here. So
yeah, this is it for Post TV live from NAB. So we will be archiving all the interviews on our site. So go there, go to our YouTube channel, go to Maxon, check out what's new. And Paul, thanks so much for coming and spending time with us today.
Thanks for having me, guys.
All right, thank you.